Now, if you want the best performance out of these 6-volt bikes, you need a battery that's in tip-top condition. And the reason for it is because the power that you get to your spark plug is fed directly from your battery and not your generator, as in the 12 volts. So basically, if your battery is in poor condition, you're going to get a poor spark. Now, how the system works is that the power from your battery is turned on by your ignition, which is then fed to your HT coil at the top of your HT lead, and then comes down to your plug. So basically, if that isn't working right, then the spark is going to be poor. Now, if ever you find yourself in an unfortunate position where the battery has become discharged and are no longer working, all is not lost. Popular myth has it that you can't run these bikes without a battery. I'll demonstrate to you now that that is a myth, that you can actually run these bikes without a battery. Okay, as you can see, the battery is removed from the bike, and you will see you've got 2 power leads that would normally fit to your battery. Now, if you join these leads, I'm doing so with my crocodile clip. Just join those 2 power clips together like that. Make sure it's not earthed to the bike. Okay, move this out of the way. Okay, there we go. Now, if you look here, I'll switch the ignition on. You can see there's no neutral light because there's no battery. Now, let's give it a go. Choke out. Okay, as you can see, the ignition is on. No neutral light because there's no battery, obviously. You can see 2 wires connected. Let's give it a go. Choke out. So there we have it, on the C90 ZZ 6-volt, running without a battery. However, there's a couple of things you need to know in order for you to run the bike like that. And if we go to the switch gear here, you will see that the switch is set in the middle, P for pilot light, and this switch facing forward. That will put the pilot light on, and what that does is basically Honda, in their wisdom, have engaged the little backup device by engaging the pilot switch, the pilot light. It brings into play a coil on the generator, and it generates that little bit extra current back through to your battery there. And because I've taken the battery out and joined the 2 leads, that current continues to this. So another little tip is, if your battery is discharged a little bit, if you set your switch gear to the pilot light setting, it will generate enough power, should generate enough power to fire the engine, even though your battery may be somewhat discharged. And as I've demonstrated, you can even start the bike without a battery, just doing that little trick with the 2 power wires there. Because the 6-volt battery on these bikes needs to be in tip-top condition for the bike to run right. I fitted a little device here that I got only for a few pounds. I think it cost me about £4. It's called a voltmeter. I bought that and a little button, and with the press of a button you can tell instantly the voltage on your battery. In my case there it's about 6.9. It'll drop a little bit because I've had the engine running. What I want to show you is also the usefulness of that little voltmeter is when the bike is running. Switch it on. So you notice it also tells you what's recharging back into your battery. So at an instant you can tell if your battery's being charged correctly and if your battery is losing its voltage, and that can be very useful, because if you're out riding your bike and you put the indicators on and suddenly they go slow, or even the engine cuts out, generally it's your battery. And a quick way, without getting all off the road and getting all the different devices, with just a press of a button you can see if your battery's okay, or if it's charging up okay. So I think that's a useful little device. Of course, if your battery is fully charged and you're getting those problems, you know more than likely it's to be a connection problem up there, or even maybe from your right, just on the thought of running the bike without the battery, it's not recommended that you run your bike without a battery for long periods, because the voltage can build up and start running back down the wires into like your components like the rectifier, and you could possibly burn them out. And that is also true of the 12 volt bikes. You can do the same thing with that. So it's best to always have a battery, but in times of emergency that's a quick fix with the two wires there. Now for you young ones who like to get the best speed out of these bikes as possible, in future videos I'll be working on a flux capacitor. So if you do hit that 88 miles per hour, then maybe we can send you back in time, and perhaps you can bring a few more of these C90s back to the present time and make a few bob. A couple of things you need to know for that to work and for that to happen is what you call them.
So on the ball.
Switch it off.
Call them.